We're live. Hello, everybody. Today we're talking about the stages of grief, and I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties because what I think I'm going to have to do is copy. Uh, anyway, it's not something happened with the update on my computer, and now it's not working the way it usually works. So, hey, Brandy, how are you doing today? Are you getting that messy weather out there? Whoops. We're about to get some snow. Um, Quite a bit, as a matter of fact, 3 to 4 inches. So, yeah. We're in the house. We're staying in the house for the next 2 days. um, all right. Yes, snow and early this morning made slushy roads. Oh, slow and rain. Yeah. We are not sure if we're going to get the rain. We might. But yeah, that's coming our way. So, how are you feeling today? You doing better? Um, Why does it keep doing this? It keeps going to a different platform. Uh, hey, Nay, how are you doing? I'm feeling that today too, Brandy. I'm tired. I don't know if it's the weather or just I'm done with winter. I'm not sure. It's good to see you, Nay. How are you doing today? So we're talking about grief, but I'm having difficulty bringing my articles. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm done with the winter. Yeah, I'm ready for spring. I don't remember what they said about the groundhog, but mm, that's awesome, Nay. All right. You are doing good. I'm glad to hear that. How is the weather where you're at, Nay? I don't remember where you live. Um, let's see. I'm trying to copy this. Control. Nope. I just messed up big time. All right. Cold snow every other day. Yep. Yep. We had snow and it's straight up 25, barely 30 degrees here for the last week, and this week it's going to be the same way. Oh. So, I have some articles and I've had an update on my computer, and so we're having a situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, new tab, stages of grief. Okay. And so we'll just share this page. Um, so last week we had a private live, and then the week before that we talked about grief, the definition of grief, what it looks like. Um, like I said, I'm just feeling a little bit because of the weather, I think. But hello, lady spellbreaker. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the stages, and then I think what I'm going to do is then next week we'll break down and we'll just talk about one stage each week. Hey, Patrick. Oh, my house panthers are not bugging me today. I wonder why. Um, yeah, he usually gets up here, my lovey, and he gets on me and everything, but I don't know what he's doing. He's busy somewhere else, apparently. But the kitten is in here. Mr. Kitty, you want to come over? He's shy. I am not sure why there's two different schools of thought, 5 and 7. Hey, blessed GMP. It's good to see you. No, a couple people who come into our chats have had losses recently, and we've gone over grief before, but we talked in the private live, and they were interested in going over it again. And I don't think that's a bad thing to go over it again anyways. But it's good to see you. Have you just been kind of taking time out? It was 85, and then the next day it was 40. Yes. It's crazy, right? Oh, I haven't thought of that, Patrick. I will do that. Complicated grief? Where's my pen? There it is. So that'd be types of grief. So that's a good one too. Complicated. I will do some research on that. Maybe that's what we'll do instead of stages. We'll do types. 7 stages just breaks it down differently. That is what I have. Okay, Patrick. We'll definitely address that. I took a month off. Oh, you did? I've been that's right. You haven't really been posting your updates. Yeah. Cuz I always like them. So, did you take all of January off? Were you just kind of feeling the or was it just a break from social media? This week is the 1-year anniversary of my sister's death. I've been posting, but mostly lurking on others' channels. Okay. So you do have a recent loss as well. Okay. You needed yeah. I understand that. I understand that, Patrick. It can be a lot. And you post a lot. So just every single day. And I know that's hard work. You do a lot of hard work. And sometimes that can catch up with you too. Suddenly shocking loss kind of hits differently from anticipated grief. Very good. Oh, okay. So there are types. Now, this I didn't know. Anticipated. That's what I think we're going to do. We're going to do the stages of grief first, and then we're going to do types of grief. So sorry for all your losses. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be doing a vid on my doll collection. I have like 40 new. Oh, awesome, Brandy. 40 now. My mom died when I was 14, 50 years ago, but still miss her. Of course. Of course. That's what we talked about 2 weeks ago, is that you grieve. Everyone grieves differently. There is no one way to grieve. If you've heard that before, that's a fallacy. That does not work. And there's no like time like, oh, I'm over it now. That is not true either. You get through grief, but I don't think you actually get over it. And that's my new saying. We get through things, but when someone says get over it, that's almost impossible because we still feel that loss. We still have that loss. And it hits differently. Sometimes it hits you when you hear a song, sometimes it hits you when you smell a perfume. It's so very different for everybody. And someone who may have grief every day, it's different from some people who have grief just periodically. And today is the heavenly birthday of my beautiful young soul, also poisoned with fentanyl like my baby girl. Oh, yeah. Did we talk? That's what happened to my niece. Um, our family and friends that have passed, they're still with us. If you talk to them, they can hear you. If you write your thoughts in a book on paper, they can see it. Just with big occasions are sad, like she never saw my kids or grandkids' birth. Oh, yeah. My daughter Kayla got a super full blue moon, and the other beautiful soul gets a full moon. That's awesome, Lady Spellbreaker. So the stages of grief versus the type of grief, and then right now I'm telling you what we've already covered. Everyone grieves differently. If someone says, "It's been 2 years, why aren't you over it?" You don't get over it. You go through it. You go through the grief. You feel the feelings. You deal with it. But it never, I don't think it ever goes away. So I think once we have a loss, that's still a trauma. And like you can't just get over it. So our spirit guides and ancestors come and talk through automatic writing and come through technology. It's amazing. Awesome, Lady Spellbreaker. But yeah, so I have learned something new today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Patrick, Lady Spellbreaker. I appreciate your help because I didn't realize that there are different types of grief. I just started crying at work when someone came up and asked if I was Kayla's mom. We can't stop the tears because love never ends. I agree. And that's what it is. A loved one, someone you've known all your life, or someone you've loved very deeply, um, you don't get over that. You get through it. I can't express that enough. And the worst sentences in the world is get over it. Or is that a sentence? The worst saying in the world is get over it. I hate that. I hate it, hate it, hate it. Um, excuse me. And we talked about grieving different things, like the death of a loved one. Um, Also, sometimes we grieve things that we've lost, a house, a job. I still cry about losing my mom, and it's been since '08. Yeah, and that's totally understandable, Brandy. Totally. If anyone tells you not to do that, don't listen to them because you need to do that. What comes to us is what we need. If you need to cry, cry. Do you know what I mean? If you feel it, deal with it. Don't just stuff it down because that whole get over it, it's just not my favorite. Divorce as well. Yes. Yes. And if you guys can think of any more, let's hit those topics too. And even though people are like, it's just a house. Well, I lived there for 20 years. And my grandbaby grew up in that house. And we had a lot of good times in that house. And I felt my grief was for losing it because it was my fault I lost it. Yeah, I hate the get over it. My mom says people with trauma and depression get help and fix it. We don't fix it. We find new ways to cope. Yes, Lady Spellbreaker. We don't fix it. We find new ways to cope. I won't listen to people who say get over it or anything like that. Exactly, Brandy. That's good. The house it had some really good memories. And I really feel not only grief, but I feel responsible for losing it. And I and sometimes I feel that very deeply. Yes, any loss is grief. Pets, yes, pets. Relationships, right? A breakup. You can grieve someone sitting right next to you who is addicted to their phone or don't show you any attention. It's grief. A loss. Grief is a loss. And I think it's any type of loss. But some of those, like, I'm really interested in this complicated grief. I'm definitely going to do some deep dive on that. In recovery from alcoholism and substance abuse, I'm grieving all the losses of my old friends who are still using. Yes. After my mom died, the bank took her house and I didn't have anyone to help clear her stuff out. So it all went with the house and that still hurts. Yes, Brandy, it's just, hey, Shelly. Guilt can be in the mix. I didn't see my sister for a couple of years because of COVID. I had tickets to see her last April, but she died in February. I felt guilty for not going sooner. Yes. Yes. I think that guilt does play a part in that as well. I think that adds to the difficulty of getting over the grief, the loss. Um, you know. But then with my grandma, I spent a year with her a few years before she passed away. And I have to tell you, that is the most precious memories. I'm so glad I got to do that with her. And so my grief for her isn't as difficult. So we said, hello, Chalet. Welcome, welcome. Complicated grief is like having back to back losses and no time to process even one of them. Prolonged grief is grief that lasts a long time. And like you said, there's no time limit. Hey, at Brandy's Unboxings and More, Shelly says, Patrick says, I lost my entire family in 5 months. Oh my God, Patrick, that is so, oh, that is mind blowing. Talk about complicated grief. In 5 months, your entire family? Wow. Lady Spellbreaker says, so much guilt. Guilt can hold us back for sure. Brandy says, sending everyone hugs and prayers and hugs to Patrick. Yeah, Patrick, that is just, I mean, for you to be functioning as a human being after that is a miracle. It is. Yeah. So, I guess the 5 steps or the 7 steps. I have an article from 2024 that does the 7 steps, and I had another article that had the 5 steps. It was 2023. So, Lady Spellbreaker says, I have many grief books, grief specialty that came not by choice, but with childless. Yes. Yes. You're welcome, Patrick. We're so glad you're here with us. Um, So, right, there's no time. Yes, I have a lot of grief about my mom's passing, even though she passed away in 83. It still hurts like it happened a month ago. Absolutely, Shelly. There is no time limit on our grief. No time limit. We get through it day by day. We get through it. We get better coping mechanisms, like Lady Spellbreaker said. One of my YouTube friends passed recently, and I found out a while ago. I knew he wasn't doing good, but finding out he passed hurts. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you may not have met him in person, but he was still your friend. And there is nothing wrong with grieving him. Nothing wrong. Let's see. Do you know about induced after death communication therapy? It goes with EDMR therapy for healing grief and trauma. Dr. Botkin uses it for veterans at first, but it's amazing healing for guilt too. No, I did not know about that. Sometimes a grief support group can help. Absolutely, because like here, we come together. You're not alone. There are other people that feel losses. And To say anyone's loss is insignificant is just rude and ignorant. Your loss is your loss. Your feelings are your feelings. And when someone says get over it, they just don't understand. Shelley said, I had my sister tell me that I needed to get over my mom's passing. By the way, she is now blocked. Absolutely. Absolutely. The worst sentence in the English language, get over it. And I have to tell you, when I was younger, I probably used it before life came and grief and trauma and just living life happened. And that's knowledge, that's wisdom. Big hugs and prayers to all. I lost 2 of my subscribers suddenly too. Oh my gosh, I taught them all about angels and eternal life before they left too. Oh, that's amazing that you touched their lives. But I'm so sorry that they did pass. So yeah. I texted Miss Jamie. She has had quite a few recent losses. It just like it hit one after the other for her. Well, Crystal, we are taught to get over things. I know from when we were younger, that was what we were told. I'm glad that the conversation is changing. I'm glad that we're talking about this stuff now more, because I think that it was ignorant, Shelley. They didn't know better, so they couldn't do better. Um, Anyone wants to know who my YouTube friend was? He went by Mr. Bean. Oh, okay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we can. Nora. Real name George. Okay, Brandy. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means. Nora. Nora. So glad we can. Nora. Typo. Okay. But yeah, a group setting, I think for mental health, and not a group setting that you're forced into, not a group setting that you don't want to go to. When you're ready and you want to go, a group session can be very helpful to see people who have your same issues, um, like a grief support group, or even like AA, NA, things like that. Be right back. Coffee is needed. All right, I got you. My coffee is here. I'm so glad we can normalize talking about things, not sweeping it under the rug and avoiding it, all the uncomfortable feelings. Me too, Lady Spellbreaker, because I think that is what keeps a lot of us sick. That is what keeps a lot of us with our mental health just, out of control. Secrets or being ashamed to share and things like that. So, once I had to go on medication after I had a breakdown. I can't remember what year. It was before the rehab breakdown I had to. And so when that happened, um and I went back to work because I was off for a couple months. I was like, why should I be ashamed of this? Why? And when people ask me questions, instead of just, oh, I'm awesome, oh, I'm good, I started telling them the truth. And I think that threw a lot of people. Um, but either they didn't ask me again or they were willing to talk with me about it. Yes, in Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous, they say our secrets keep us sick people. Yes, absolutely. Um, and they fester, it's like an infection and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And so I'm so glad that we're able to talk about it now because especially grief, that can be something that someone suffers alone, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Um, okay, so the 7 or the 5, I wasn't sure which one was the best, but even the 2023 article only mentioned the 5. And stages of grief. Let's take a look. See. Present. Share screen with this one. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we are. So what I have on the stages of grief here is now AI. This is the AI definition. You know how you get that at the beginning of Google. Says there are 5 stages of grief. So with the 5 or the 7, I think Lady Spellbreaker said it just breaks them down a little bit more. So I want to cover both. I want to cover the 5 and then I want to cover the 7 because I want to see what the difference is and why a lot of doctors haven't changed from the 5 to the 7. Because the lady that started that, the Kubler, what was her name? Her name was Kubler-Ross. Yeah. The Kubler-Ross model. And that does the 5 stages. Let's see. Do I have you so you can see it? No, I don't. Okay, my bad. Yes, it is 5 stages. And that makes me wonder, she did the original 5 stages, but is the 7 stages a more updated form of looking at grief, or do most people still go by the 5 stages of grief? Because we've talked about them. The last time we talked about the 5 stages with Kubler-Ross. And then I went on Google again recently and I saw the 7 stages. 7 kind of expands it. See, and I think that's a more recent type of let's see so you can see this, updated. But like I said, I had the 2023 article that just covered the 5. So here's the AI. Let's do larger on Google. Okay. AI overview. The 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. These stages are often discussed as if they occur in order, but people may experience them differently and in any order, right? There is no order for grief. There is no time limit. There is no order. So just because you have 5 or 7, you could even go through one of the stages twice. You may not go through another stage. So don't get bogged down on, I must do the stages in this order and then I'll be fixed. So that's probably not going to work. So let's hit that first. And then, like I said, I've seen the 7. I'll have to do a little more research and see what the difference in the breakdown is. And for sure, you'll experience them in different order. You'll experience different different levels of each order, or of each stage. Like you may have more anger and less depression. I think stages of grief all depends on the person because everyone deals with grief differently. Yes, I think it's a guideline. Let's use it just as a guideline. Like, I'm having this feeling and I don't know how to describe it, and then look at those 7 stages and go, well, maybe this is what I'm feeling. Because sometimes if we give it a name, like a diagnosis, it can help us to deal better. Now, not everybody is like that. That's me. If I know, okay, so if I'm sick and I know what it is, I know what medicine to take. That makes me feel in control, because I'm a control freak. If I'm doing the stages of grief and I'm thinking, oh, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, I'm fine, I'm fixed. That's not going to work. You're going to experience them in a different order, possibly at different levels in each stage. And you may, like we said, you may experience all of them, a few of them, some of them twice. Dealing with grief, everyone is different. So let's get that out of our head, that we go through these stages and we're all done. We're good. Because that's not going to work. At least for me, it does not work. So, and again, I'm not a doctor. So let's go back here and see. Okay, the 5 stages, the Kubler-Ross, denial is a defense mechanism that helps protect people from the shock of loss. People may refuse to accept the reality of the situation. People may feel numb or shocked. See, and now some people have denial. Like with my grandma, she was sick for a long time. So I was not in denial about her passing. I struggle with a lot of anger, but I learned anger is a mask for many other feelings. That's one thing about grief for me. It makes me feel out of control of my emotions. Absolutely, Shelley. Absolutely. But being out of control of your emotions, we've been told it's not okay, right? But in actuality, in life, it's okay to not be in control of your emotions, because emotions are random. I mean, they hit you at times when you don't expect it, and you are going to feel out of control. And I know we're from the back in the day where it was like, get over it, don't cry, be perfect in public, kind of thing. So yeah, let's see, where's my page? Oh, here it is, right here. All right. So I have to say, with my grandma, we knew she was going to pass, but I have to tell you though, what I did was, when the doctors said she she could go into hospice, I was definitely in denial then. I was like, she's conscious, she's sitting up, she's a little confused, but why would she need hospice? She's fine. And my sister had to sit me down and tell me, and that's funny because I'm the one that usually tells her. She said, Crystal, I don't think grandma's going to come out of this. So I was in denial about that, even though I knew she was sick. But once she passed, I wasn't in denial after that point. So yeah, I did go through some denial while she was alive. We were taught we have to keep our emotions under control, which is messed up because we were taught how to control our emotions. Yes. And that was the way they lived life at that time. So, and I have to tell you, I lived the first 30 years, 40 years of my life controlling my emotions. It didn't always work, because when I lose control, the face gets all red and the crying does not stop. And I don't have that anymore, but I did. Like at work, I broke down twice and did that, and I felt so embarrassed because I was one of the few women electricians. And so I didn't want to hear, oh, she's so emotional, she's crying. But that was because I kept my emotions, I tried to control them. And it's really not good to do that. It's like stuffing them down, trying to control your emotions. When I went home in those days that were difficult, if I had just cried a little bit or something, I wouldn't have just totally lost it on those days. Tell me, have you guys ever experienced anything like that, where you keep them in, and then something little happens and you're like, or and then you just lose it, and then everyone thinks you're crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to our AI sitch. If I stuff too long, I explode. Exactly. That's basically what it was. And that takes us to the second one, anger. People face the pain of their loss as reality sets in. And yeah, anger is a very strong emotion. So Sometimes I feel like a volcano. Absolutely, Shelly. And like the littlest thing will just, the volcano goes off. I'm an Aries sun and Leo moon. Explosive is not good for anyone, right? So I don't know my other stuff, but I'm a Scorpio. My birthday is November 18th. And I've always had a temper. My dad, I think it's the Irish Scottish stuff. Yes, like a volcano. Yes. And so leaving my emotions in, I was taught that and I did that. But once I had that first breakdown, I had to realize that the reason I had the breakdown was probably because of the stuffing of the emotions. So once I did that, that was the first time I had to find a good psychiatrist and get on good medication. It took forever. I've been boxing and jumping on my trampoline. Yes, I'm an Aquarius. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I know Lady Spellbreaker does. Did you hook up with her, Shelly, to and see any her other channels? Jumping on a trampoline is helping me release a lot of energy. I add boxing to help release. I need to find something as well, but I have to. My knees are bad, and I cannot stand for long periods of time. So I need to find something. And I have a Pilates machine. When I was working many years ago, I purchased it and I've used it. I don't think I've used it once. I thought I used it maybe once, but I don't know. So I need to do something like that as well, just to feel better, you know. And I'm not sure. The weather has been I haven't been sleeping well. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are having that issue. And so, like we talked about before, the layers on your shoulders, like if you have depression already, if you have grief, if you have what were the other layers? The weather was a layer, and it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And then in the spring, when we remove a layer, then we start to feel better. And so where I'm at now is that I feel like, I don't know, I'm just ready for winter to be off, remove that burden off my shoulder. Because I haven't been sleeping well and I cannot tell you why. I even started wearing my eye mask again. That creates another problem. I have dry eyes. I have the humidifier in the bedroom, but if I wear the mask, I don't get it on my face. And so when I wake up, my eyes are all dry. Chair workouts like chair yoga. I've thought about that, Lady Spellbreaker. Aquarius are very emotional people. I think I get an overload. Yeah, that's possible, Shelley. Exercise releases natural chemicals and hormone to fight depression too. And I know that, and I should do that. I do 13 sign astrology charts. If you want yours done, Shelley, I post the astrology charts on my community tab for the current 5 placements. Happy birthday. You must have had a birthday recently. She did. I saw your post of what Miss Joe sent you. Very cool. All right, let's go back over here and we'll look at. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? Sun moves into Aquarius February 16th and 13th, sign astrology. So sorry that it's off topic. No worries. No worries. Okay, the next one is bargaining. People dwell on what they could have done to prevent the loss. Yes, people may make deals with a higher power. Bargaining. Yeah, I'm a woulda, coulda, shoulda person. January 30th was my birthday. I'm like, what could I have done to change that? I didn't do that with my grandma though, because I already knew she was sick and I had dealt with that pretty much. But I'm a woulda, coulda. What could I have done to save my house? What could I have done differently for whatever reason? My puppy passed away. What could I have done to help him live longer? I'm a woulda, shoulda, coulda person. Yeah. And that is, what were we saying that was? Guilt. That really, and what did they call it? They called it bargaining. Now, making deals with the higher power. Now, for someone to live longer, I think we do that. Okay, the next one is, let's go back over here. The next one is depression. Yeah, Shelley. Hello, my daughter, Jamie. All right, let's go read the next stage. Depression. People feel deep sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness. People may feel isolated and withdrawn. People may feel as if sadness will last forever. And acceptance. People come to terms with the loss and the reality of their new life. Now, that acceptance, I think even once you accept it, you still have times where you still grieve. You agree? You guys agree? Because even though I accept that my grandma has passed away, and that my niece had died, I still grieve them sometimes. So even though I've accepted the loss, I still feel grief sometimes. Now, does that make sense? Am I the only one here? Send me an email. It's in my about section. I will do your natal chart for free. I love doing those. Crystal, did I send you the brain chemicals image my therapist gave me? I don't think you did, but you can send that to me. Direct message me if you want to. That would be really interesting because I love the science. I love the science. It's been 7 years and I still grieve. Right, Jamie? Even though we've accepted that they're gone, we still have grief. So I think people think with acceptance comes, I'm fixed. I've accepted it. I'm fixed. I'm a 4-month widow. The grief will last forever, but you will learn to carry it. Oh, Christina. Wow. Just 4 months. I'm glad you're here with us today. No, you're not the only one. Thank you, Lady Spellbreaker. Jaren's grieving really bad right now. Right, Jamie? You should tell him to pop in. Or at least rewatch the videos. He can put it on like 1.5 and it'll go faster. I sent it on Instagram. It says what happens, chemicals we have, and how to get them naturally, like music. Yeah. Oh, I love that one music, one of keto. And she doesn't come, well, she comes in once in a while, but she told me about that what was it? It's music, and it when you hear it, your brain just like relaxes. I can't remember what it was. Laughing at music produce endorphins, the painkiller. He's at work. Oh yeah, maybe he can rewatch it and then just speed it up so it's not so long for him. But you know what? The comments don't show up on the videos. That's why I read them out loud now. So, and it's because we have the free one for some reason, and we have some that are saved Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm on my phone now. Our internet just went out. It's not snowing yet, but the internet just went out. So I'm on my cell phone. Yes, there's a glitch in the matrix. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Sun exposure, mindfulness, and nature walks produce serotonin, a mood stabilizer. I hope it was okay for me to put the email in chat. My bad, I forgot to ask. You're fine, Shelly. Don't worry. Just as long as you're okay with everybody seeing your email, I'm fine with it. Socializing, physical touch, petting animals, and helping others produces oxytocin. Is that why I love my animals so much? Yeah, I'm back. I read the first 3 months are shock, give or take. I have been staying very busy, but some days are hard. I did my final tax return for him Monday. That's been hurting. I know there is no meds for it. But Christina, you need to know that there is no time limit on your grief. You grieve however you need to, for however long you need to, in whatever way you need to. That's what we're talking about today, that everyone's grief is going to be different, and different times, different steps. You may not hit all those steps. Um, It's snowing here, Jamie said. Lady Spellbreaker. I've been working to get a reading, but there. So I'm good with everyone seeing my email. Christina says thank you. You're welcome. So you come and you talk to us, and you always can DM me if you need to. And I can talk with you about what's going on or whatever you're feeling. And let's see what time. Oh, 2:19. Okay. So my computer is on, but my internet is not working. I'm gonna try again because I know it's a. Did you see my other comment, Jamie? I think. Oh no, I didn't. I think Dylan's family is looking at Jaron like he's Dylan. I know it sounds weird, but I really believe that. And if they were really close, Jamie, that's not unusual, but that won't be helpful to him or to them. Because that's just going to delay their grieving process. It may delay his as well. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you have grieved long enough. Right. Absolutely. Well, it's showing the Wi-Fi is working now, but for some reason, let's see, StreamYard. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are about to get bad weather, so I don't know if something has happened like on the other side of Monroe, if the snow is coming and it just knocked something down. Please be gentle with yourself when grieving. Absolutely, Christina. Oh man, the site can't be reached. All right. So we're on the cell phone. No problem. No problem. We'll just shut that down. We just don't have the AI thing to talk about. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that it helps, Christina, if you're okay with that, to share with someone who's grieving as well. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always. Are you in our group text, Christina? Because I can add you to that. Transmit it easier. Yes. Don't take the grief out on yourself because you didn't cause the issue. Right. Sometimes we can't help Shelly but feel a little guilty for whatever reason, but um it's on Instagram and it's a group text for Wellness Wednesday. I will add you and let's see. Can you guys still see me? Instagram. Wellness Wednesday. I need to add CHR. There you are, Christina. Add. Okay, and you can accept it or not. Oh no, Dee Dee. She texted in the group message that she had a heart attack yesterday. Uh, yeah, I put you in, and we talk to each other. There's usually somebody in there that can answer your questions or can talk with you. Can you see me now? Jamie said Jaron and Dylan look a lot alike as well. So when I went to Instagram, you couldn't see me. Could you hear me? I was getting very sick by holding so much space for others and not taking good care of me. Yeah. Okay, Shelly, thank you. So when I went to Instagram, you lost me, but I wanted to add Christina so I wouldn't forget later. Um, yes, thank you. I can see you. I am so sorry to hear about a heart attack. I know. She hasn't been feeling well at all. And she's been really stressed. And so she said yesterday she had a heart attack and she's very tired. I'm like, of course you're tired. You had a heart attack. That's huge. But she's, one of the old school people. Oh, you could hear me but not see me. Okay, okay. That's how two of my subscribers died. I know. And see, and she's just kind of blowing it off, but what if she had passed away? I mean, we all would have felt that. She's in our always in our chats, and she's a very good person. She just helps too much. She's really nice and doesn't say no. And I don't know if that was too much stress on her. But yeah, heart problems. I have a lot of friends with heart problems. I have blood pumping backwards in my own heart, actually. That sounds crazy. Stress is the silent killer in this world. Yes. And I think she was having a lot of issues with YouTube, people on YouTube. She was doing a lot of panels and stuff. I don't know. She really isn't very, talky. So, but yeah, I imagine. So I will definitely, she's in our chat right now. She put that message in there. So you guys can go back in the chat and talk with her. I'm sure she'll get back to you. She said she's tired, so she may not feel like it right away, but I'm sure post traumatic stress disorder complex PTSD is serious. So many people with heart problems. Please take care of you first. Absolutely. Oh no, what happened there? Um, but yes. Listen to your heart closely. I love you all. You matter. Your heart matters. Thank you, Lady Spellbreaker. Um, so we talked about the 5 stages of grief. And like I said, the acceptance doesn't mean you're done grieving. It just means you've accepted that that person has passed away. I have bad lighting from the phone for some reason. Oh, because the phone keeps getting in front of the lights. Hello. Um, so yeah, just because you accept the death doesn't mean all of a sudden you don't have any grief anymore, because that is not wow. I have so stressed out and depressed, so the combo of both has kept me down. Yes, Shelley. And that's like we were talking about, the stress, the depression, just the layers of upon layers on our shoulders can weigh us down. So yeah, I'm really annoyed about that article thing, because now we're just chatting. Okay. So trying to Shelly, I go through that too. We keep laughing, or we keep hanging in there. Yeah. And that's really all we can do, is just keep hanging in. Let me see, is that gonna look better if I go sideways? Okay. Yeah, I think sideways is better. I did an oracle card reading for the full moon meditation, and the mental health card came out. What does the mental health card mean, Lady Spellbreaker? Keep riding the waves. Absolutely. It does come in waves, different waves, some stronger than others, because sometimes you'll smell a smell, hear a song, and it just kind of a gentle wave, and you're just remembering. And sometimes you'll hear those same things, and it'll just be a huge, just, oh my God, crying moment. And I hate asking for help, but I've had no choice lately. Right, right. I'm always worried about everyone else. I don't take care of myself. You gotta, Jamie, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we have to love us so that we can give care and love to other people. I hate asking for help. I know, Shelly, but sometimes you just gotta ask. But I've had no choice lately. Depression, take care of yourself, sad from lack of sunshine. I've accepted but still feel like my body parts are missing, been dropped in the middle of nowhere. Don't know how to be, but I keep going. I get 15 minutes of daylight a day and I drink lots of water. That sounds really good. You are trying to take care of yourself. But again, grief, you can't rush through it, and everyone grieves differently. So Christina, don't feel bad about how long. um and especially if it was your you said it was your husband, that's gonna take, I mean, that's a lifelong thing. You, like you said, you're missing body parts. By the way, someone is sending me Trulicity if you want it. What? Yes. Are you supposed to try it for yourself though? Jamie, don't make your new mama beat you. uh the oracle cards help me with mindfulness, and I am. But if you need to take it, Jamie, you should take it because it will help with your sugar. Absolutely. I have grief oracle cards because my insurance is giving me an issue, but I'm going to clear that up. So don't you worry about me. But you should try it because it will really help. You'll find that it's very helpful. I have grief oracle cards too, but I just started back live again, and after a serious torn muscle injury last year, and not everyone knows. You don't want it. Why is that, Miss Jamie? Okay, so let's just recap what we've talked about. We've talked about the 5 stages of grief. We know that everyone grieves differently in different ways for different times. Um, and it's not a one size fits all. Like, I'm going to go through all these steps and then I'm going to be fine. That isn't going to work. You're going to feel, and you're not going to go in order either. You're going to feel different stages of grief at different times. Um, Miss Jamie, if you have time, we need to chat after the live, if you have time. Um, and okay, so different at different times and in different ways. Everybody's not gonna grieve in the same way. Like we said, I for my grandma, I didn't feel a lot of denial. I did feel it at first, but it wasn't like denial took a long time. Shock was a short period because she was sick for a long time. And now we're also going to cover types of grief after we do the stages. Yep, go at a pace that's comfortable to you. Absolutely. And I just say live every day to the fullest. And when you're feeling some feelings you don't understand, maybe look at the stages of grief and see if one of those might help you understand where you're at. But it's not written in stone. Just remember that as well. Um, and so we talked about the stages. We talked about, um, and I took my medicine, you guys. See, that's the problem. I'm still feeling out of it. So it's got to be the weather. It's got to be. Because I am seeing an endo. If they want me on it, I'll take what they prescribe, but a friend is sending this, so I want you to have it. Okay. Yes, that would be great, Jamie. Grief is so odd. It is always there. You can feel it always there. Then it attacks out of nowhere, and you may have an amazing day and think I'm better. No worry, Christina, right? You think you're better, and then here comes a big wave that just crushes you, right? So like everyone's been saying, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. It's okay when those feelings come. It's okay. Um, and uh, uh, Lady Spellbreaker sent a photo. Okay, I got it. But yeah, Christina, I agree. I agree. And it depends on, like we said earlier, this complicated grief or anticipated grief or prolonged grief. We're going to talk about the types after we go in depth about the steps. And next week, we're going to talk about the difference. I'm not sure why there's seven. Some people talk about seven and some people talk about five. And Lady Spellbreaker said that it's a little more. Um, like it's broken down a little bit more, maybe to understand it better. But we'll cover the seven stages as well and see what the compare. Mm. All right. Mm. So it is, what time is it? I've got my phone in my hands. 2:34. Okay. So now we can talk about anything that you guys would like to talk about. Um, um, so if there's anything that you guys want to chat about, here we go. I'd like to say we all need to be prepared for the unknown. Mountains and mountains of paperwork to becoming one person again. I think that it's important for people to know always be prepared. Yeah. And all those forms and things, like, they may distract you, but you're still going to feel that. I'm mad at Ice Cream Beauty Box, Shelly said. Well, let me know why you're mad at Ice Cream Beauty Box. Uh-oh. That looks like you're cussing them out. It was good to see you. Great conversation. Healing grief. You're not alone. I have to go back to my workout. I'm freezing. All right, Lady Spellbreaker. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, Christina, that's very important. You mean like having a will and things like that? My kitty has made an appearance, everybody. Let's see. Come on. Oh, don't. Oh, come on. Say hello to everybody. Give him a pretty, pretty kitty face. Who is that kitty on the phone? Who is that? Bye, Lady Spellbreaker. Have a great week. Mm. Okay. Okay. Um. Oh, I was asking Christina. Um, you mean like paperwork, like a will, things like that? Mountains and mountains of paperwork to become one person again. I think that's important for people to know. Always be prepared. Yeah. You and your spouse are one. You both own house, cars, tax returns, bank accounts, pensions. Oh, the other kitties are in there playing hi. Say hi, look how pretty I am. So he came in at the end. Yeah, that makes sense. Like you said, and that probably adds to what did I say? It either delays the grieving process or adds to it. Walmart box best bang for your buck. I have signed up for that, Christina. I like it. I do. But for some reason, I end up getting kicked out sometimes. I don't get every single box. Purr, kitty, kitty, purr. Can you hear him purring? What are you doing? Stop it. Sure. This is a bad angle for us, but I guess I could put it on my computer if my computer lit up. Can I? Oh, sorry, guys. 4 boxes a year. Yeah. I got one for fall, but I didn't get one for winter, which would have been January. I didn't get that one, so I need to make sure I get one for spring. There we go. How's that? Okay. What happened with ice cream? I asked her and she didn't say. She just put up, hey, stop. You're going down. Quit being mean. He's poking me in my back. Yeah. Shelly, let us know what happened with ice cream. But yeah, Christina, I'm going to go back in and hopefully I'll get the spring box. I don't know why that happens to me though. It loses. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because that is the only box I do get and I do enjoy it. Your baby loves you, so you are his everything. He said, time to snuggle. Yes, he did. And he doesn't like to take no for an answer. When he wants to snuggle, he wants to snuggle. Yeah. He's a cutie patootie, but sometimes he can be a pain in the butt. I think we all understand that about our pets and people too. So, yeah. He helps with my mental health too. All of them do. I have three total. And just watching them be silly or getting them a new toy or, just petting them. And then my big guy, his purr is so loud. It's very soothing. It's like one of those those things that make noise, those like you're going to sleep and it has different noises on it. They should put purr on there. Yeah. I love his purr. It's very soothing. So but yeah, I'm just a little groggy today. And the thing with the internet. Now I hear my husband's TV, so it might be back on. Sometimes it's just temporarily out. That's the ceiling. I'm still here. 100% pets are the best. My kids go about everywhere I go. I know you're super cutie little guys. Oh, they're adorable. Ice cream beauty box was 25 and I re-signed up because a friend said the price was going up February 1st. I ended up getting another January box all with the same stuff and I'm not getting a February box. What? That makes no sense to me. Huh. They they sent you 2 January boxes. I got Walmart in November. Says next is March. Oh, I didn't get it in November. So yeah, I need to check my account with them. It's happened to me a couple times. Uh-huh. So, and you have to go under Walmart Beauty Box. It's not under Walmart. You have to go walmartbeautybox.com. It's a different website to sign up for the box. If you're interested, Shelly, it's only like 7 something a box. I went in and looked at February's box and now the price is $29.99. Oh, so you're not getting the $25 anymore. They're jacking it up on you anyways. Yeah. That's one thing I don't like about Ipsy either. When you sign up, say I sign up at the end of January, they'll send me January's box, which I don't want, and then they'll send me February's box. So I'll get charged real close together. Yeah. And so that's why I stopped signing up for those subscription boxes because I mean, I thought about signing up for the T box again because I loved that and they were very nice and I didn't get double charged or anything like that. You got a repeat box, yeah. And I'm sure they charged you for it. 2 January boxes that you didn't really ask for. Um, so yeah, I never tried ice cream because I know it's all makeup and everybody loves makeup, but I like skincare as well. So you're done with ice cream beauty. Yeah. Well, check out that Walmart box, Shelly. I think it's still only $7.99. I feel like ice cream doesn't always hit the mark this month. Doesn't appeal to me. Right, right. Um, and what was that? Oh, I went back on Macari yesterday. That was the worst thing I ever could do, Jamie. The worst thing with all the palettes I found that I really like. Mm. Yeah, so I stopped getting beauty boxes and see if that opens up. Anyone know any good Netflix series? I like Virgin River and Doctor type series is binging through the winter. I'm not sure. What have I watched recently on Netflix? I don't know. I'm on Paramount Plus right now. I finished Dexter. I had to pay for it, but I watched Dexter New Blood. That was really good. And Chrome, what's new? StreamYard. It's coming up. So, and let's see. Steps of Grief. Let's see if I can enter studio. Me too. I've been buying a lot of UGG slippers on Macari. Yeah, it's definitely an addiction, and I shouldn't have even done it. But I was bored. I usually look at Ulta and Sephora, and they don't really have anything new going on. So, oh, hang on. What? Oh, I see. Okay. Remove. Boy, that's creepy. Let me. Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm trying to figure out how to remove my other edit name, edit mic settings. Because can I remove myself? Oh, here, let me. Okay, can you can hear me? Yes. Okay. Me too. I've been buying, yeah. We're in Twilight Zone. I'm about to pee my pants. I know. Wasn't that weird? I don't think I've ever heard it do that before. How are you? Some things are great deals. Other things with the shipping doesn't make sense on my car. I know. And that Danessa Myricks palette you have, is it Lightworks? Not the recent one that I have, But the one that you got before me, it's going for like $200. And it's beautiful, but I'm not paying $200 for it. But yeah, some of the shipping, it doesn't make sense either. I looked at brushes, I looked at palettes. I can't remember what else. I looked at palettes for a long time. But yeah, so the other shopping, even Amazon, if I don't have something to look up, I don't. Um, but yeah. So okay, so here he is now. Okay, on the TVs. There we go. Say hi. How pretty my eyes are. Mwah. Okay, and he's not being mean this time because he knows I'll toss him out. I'd love a simple palette of matte colors like blue, green, purple, no shimmer. Huh? Blue, green, purples. I don't think usually you find a palette that has a rainbow that has blue, green, purple. Like that Beauty Bay one. I found that on Mercari. It's all matte, but it's all different colors. I used to have that palette and I miss that palette. I really liked that palette. It is hard to find. And you know what? If you make your own, you probably have better luck. So, yeah. So, yeah. And then I saw some of the older palettes that, like, excuse me, Carly Babel or Bible. I'm not sure how you say it. I was told to put a few JS stuff I have, and I looked on there, and they want 150 for what I was going to put on there, and I was like, hell no. That means you would make $150. So if you sell it for 100, you're probably going to get someone to buy it. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing that with some of the pellets. I have so many. Like when I was working, I bought extra just to give away, and now it costs so much to send things that I'd rather give away a gift card. So yeah, I'll go through some stuff, but um, I had a Lady Gaga Monster High doll. I had two of them, and then when I first went on disability, I sold one for, was it 60 or $70? Now they're up to a couple hundred. So, but I'm not selling the one I have. I like it too much. I need more shiny stuff, Shelly says. You got to sell the older stuff you have to get the newer stuff, but there's some stuff I won't sell. So, yeah. But there was some good stuff on there. You can find some good stuff. And so you got to be careful though. It's one of those you got to buy it when you see it because if you don't, it might be gone. So I put a bunch of favorites. I had a bunch of favorite stuff I added and deleted old stuff that had been sold. So I did that. That was fun. But yeah, I was in my phone all day yesterday. So I need to not do that today. Use my widow nose kisser. I don't trust Macari. Like what don't you trust about them? Like when you buy something that it's in the condition, if you buy something and it doesn't look like it did in the pictures, Macari will refund your money. Yeah, that happened to me once. Um, yeah, that happened to me once. Or like I bought a pair of shoes that were supposed to be size 9, but they were size 8. So unless you know the person. Oh, there are things I won't buy mascara. I won't buy lip gloss. I will buy lipstick because you can sanitize that. Um, Anything that's in a tube, like eyeliner, I won't buy. Anything for my eyes, I won't buy. I will buy an eyeshadow palette though, because you can sanitize those as well. And I've never had a problem once I sanitize them. I've never had a problem with them being like it ruining them, unless it's a cheap palette, maybe. Mm. I saw some Tiny Marbles palettes on there too, but I already have one. Um, so, but yeah, I looked up Sydney Grace stuff. Yeah, like the cream in the tubes, I wouldn't buy from them. The singles I would buy or the palettes, but I have all the palettes that are listed out there. So, Fur Baby wants Levin's right. I have so many likes on my cart. I will never see my first likes. LOL. I had to delete a lot of stuff that had been sold because I haven't been on in over a year. And I was surprised that some of that stuff was still available. Yeah. So, him so pretty. He distracts me though. Well, we got 10, we got 7 minutes. Mhm. But yeah, Macari is addicting. And so I have a lot more in my favorites now. Like it was all Jeffree Star stuff, and that sold. And then I did look at some Jeffree Star stuff, and I'm like, no, I got the palettes from him that I want. And I got some of them on Macari. So I looked for Sydney Grace brushes. There aren't a lot of those on there. There was a full set of brushes for $59 or 50 some dollars. And no nails. No nails. And yeah, they have some good deals. Hmm. All right. Well, we still have 6 minutes, but we can go ahead and go if you guys are ready to leave. Uh. Do you see the brushes I want on IG? No, I didn't. Did you post them? Or was it I'm making lunch right now, so it's 3:15 okay to talk? Yeah. Yeah, Jamie, we can talk it then. Um I'll Instagram you. I have my husband's military graveside posted October 24th. Not pimping not pimping my channel, but was proud to share that. Oh, that's awesome, Christina. Yeah. Uh, Shelly said yes. Okay. Oh, I did. I see the ones you won. I don't have my glasses on. I thought it said wanted. And my eyes, like I said, are a little dry. There they are. I should have them on. They're a little dry. So, Miss Shelly, you need to come back to some of the private lives. It was just me and Joe last week. Nobody else. Me and Joe, we talked about makeup mostly. We did discuss grief, but mostly we talked about makeup. If you want to, Christina, you can go ahead and put that link too to your military graveside that you posted October 24th. You can absolutely put that in here if you want. Yeah, pimp away. We don't mind. We don't mind. We're all friends here. No judgment, no bullying. What else? I'll try real quick. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was just me and Joe. Shelly, you should have come. You know, would have been great. Talking about makeup. Oh, and I forgot to ask her if she tried that palette yet. I totally forgot. And I know she liked the coffee, but I should have talked to her about it on the live. Hello. Yeah. Oh, and Joe, I believe she's on her cruise now, right, Shelly? Thank you, Shelly. She got it for you, Christina. There you go. We got it twice. So, yeah. There we go. That'll get you to her channel so you can see that. You're welcome, Christina. We would love to see that. All right. 2:57. Okay. We're gonna close it up, and hopefully this has been helpful. It was helpful for me. I learned a lot today. And hopefully no internet issues next week. So I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Bye. That's awesome, Shelly.